What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 4 match, presumably, of NCL Season 8 Substrika. Jed said he's ready, so I'm just going to send the challenge, and he's immediately there, and it's the stuff that we really prep for. Yay! Yeah, so basically, I didn't do a great job of prepping for things that were not a level in Ninetales. So, the Bishop and the Delphox are scary wowie, and the Spectre, Raikou, there's no Florges, Seismitoad, Mega Pidgeot, no Wheezing. This actually means the Scissor puts in an immeasurable amount of work in this game. If you haven't seen the team builder, highly recommend checking that out, just because I like it when stuff gets traction. Excusez-moi, I'm just going to link the battle here, and mark it off. I'm unsure on how I want to approach this based on the Pokemon that Jed brought. So, Delphox lead, Bisharp lead, Seismitoad lead, things of that nature, Pidgeot lead. I mean, I don't really know what I should be leading with, potentially. Gardevoir. Gardevoir is actually not terrible. I do kind of like a Gardevoir lead. I like my Dragapult set a lot less in this one against this Bisharp. Yeah, I would have preferred like Subwillow or something against this, but I'm just gonna lead Gardevoir because I think that it's fine. Blech. I feel really blech about this one. But Gardevoir should be able to 1v1 Seismitoad, which is kind of okay. Oh, wow. But when I Mega Evolve and get Pixley? Okay, yeah, I screw a lot. So, I mean, you can see the power of, like, uninvested Gardevoir, right? Like, the difference between me being invested and uninvested, it's irrelevant because it's still a 2-hit KO. Which is why I want to lead Gardevoir here, because I should be able to bop the Bisharp. I know, it's really funny that I took off Mystical Fire, but if he's no bulk, then potentially Ioko. I really valued Gardevoir highly in this one, but I think if I were to take that 1v1, I would just go for it. Oh god. So in my mind, his best play is actually just to U-turn, which kind of gives him free reign for the most part. But what I think I'm going to do instead is just Hyper Voice right off the bat. I'm just going to Hyper Voice. Actually, it depends on how much damage Sucker Punch does from Life Orb. Well, that's the thing though, is that I have Calm Mind and stuff like that, so I don't really have to play around with that. So I think I'm just going to Hyper Voice. Let's get some damage off. Oh my god. Yeah, I ended up prepping really poorly for this, but his Fairy Resist is like Delphox. Make a Pidgeot lead. I don't know why he's leading this, because if I had just led Rotom, he's probably leading it for Nidoqueen, but if I had just led Rotom, you know? There's the U-turn, so just 17. It's about what we expect. And the Delphox is going to come in, so... Nice crit. That's a nice crit right off the bat. Pidgeot. U-turn, 17%. That's definitely timid. Delphox, I did 34 on a crit. So, one can infer that this is in fact Assault Vest. Delphox. Based on that fact, and or just Calm Spidef, but he also didn't show leftovers, so again, I can probably infer that it's going to be Assault Vest. So I'm just going to go into Rotom. We do chew that Shadow Ball pretty well, and I can get a Toxic off. Shadow Ball. Yeah, that's about a max roll from Timid, so he's definitely probably like Timid Assault Vest. And I do think that Toxic is just my best play. I can get it off on anything here. I don't really see a reason for him to go Bisharp on Rotom. Most cases it would just give me momentum. So Seismitoad seems likely. or back into Pidgeot, Raikou, something like that. All of which Toxic benefits me against. Actually, Toxic benefits me a lot against the Delphox too. I can still tank a Hurricane with my Gardevoir from the Pidgeot. I would need a little bit more chip on it for it to be worthwhile, but if I can get up rocks at some point with Nidoqueen, that's worth it. Ah, there we go. So there we go. Get the Toxic off on the Seismitoad. I don't really know where to go from here, so instead of trying to screw around with doing anything, like removing or anything like that, I'm actually just going to go into Gardevoir on what I anticipate to be rocks, and then I can maybe sub. Yeah, there's the rocks. So I'm just going to sub, and we'll sort of see where this gets us. Based on how bulky the Delphox is... I'm actually not going to... I'm just going to cancel that for a sec here. Based on how bulky the Delphox is, I can't imagine it's got any speed on it. Because it looks like it's like max special attack, max HP. I shouldn't be doing that much damage to it, and sub is overall mostly irrelevant. So I do think that hyper voicing is probably just like my best play. Maybe, or doubling into something else. Like doubling into Nidoqueen or something. Nah, Nidoqueen's not really the play either. Maybe Psyshock is a better play? Why would you go Bisharp on this, right? Psyshock at least gets me a little bit more damage on the Delphox, so I'm gonna go for it. 32. So I did get a little bit of a higher roll on that. Shadow Ball. Kecleon health is still important to me for the Spectre. Because it sort of seems like he's building up to something with the Spectre, so I'm just gonna go hard Rotom. But instead of Volt Switch, I'm gonna go Scissor. No, does that make any sense? No, I think I would... what's the Seism token to do? There's Psyshock, 38. Actually, at this point, I can just Pain Split. It's really too bad that this was my answer to Delphox. Because I just didn't have enough for this one. But the next time it comes in on Gardevoir, I'm just gonna stay in and attack it because I don't think that it has the speed to outrun me. It might actually. What am I? I'm running 296. No, it can't be 0 speed. But that was about right for the Psyshock damage and the crit Hyper Voice damage. The crit Hyper Voice damage maybe showed that it was like a little bit less bulky, so he could be running out of speed for me still. 36, I'm fine with this. I'm not as fine with this, given that damage, but really what can you do, right? I mean, he could Fire Blast here. If he has a fire move, does he click it? Fire Blast would knock me out. I'm not really a fan of that, honestly. Not really a fan of that. I could just go Dragapult and click like darts. Do I tank Psyshock from this? So Psyshock against my Rotom did 32, 38, and 35.6. So it's not as invested as I thought. Dragapult can tank everything, although I wouldn't really want to rely on Shadow Ball at this point. But Dragapult could tank everything, and Dragon Darts is unresisted. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Giving up damage on that. I don't really want to give up damage on the Kecleon either, though, because this Spectre is so scary. I also don't really want to go into Scissor for free. Rotom's not really tanking anything from the Pidgeot, so I'm just going to Volt Switch out. Or die. That's another good option. How do I want to play this? Dragapult is perhaps the best answer that I have right now. Although it does allow Bisharp to come in, which terrifies me greatly. Scissor resists is just the Seismitoad now that this has been knocked down a little bit. I wanted to calc Scissor against Bisharp though. Bullet Punch is definitely killing this. Bisharp, I don't do nearly as much as I would like to, and Seismitoad, I also don't do nearly as much as I would like to. So it's either going Pult or risking the speed with Gardevoir. I think I'm going to risk the speed with Gardevoir. I think it just makes more sense for me to risk the speed with Gardevoir. And try and get things out of the way for Scissor to clean up later. Actually, I forgot that Raikou resists Bullet Punch too. He's actually got more Bullet Punch resist than I would like. I don't know if I necessarily like the Scissor set that I brought anymore. It was a lot better when I saw Alolan Ninetales and a Florges coming. He is faster. That's quite unfortunate. So he was running actually a lot more speed than I had anticipated. So I'm pretty much just going to die to absolutely everything right here. Pidgeot comes in. I mean, I don't switch into this. Kecleon might. Pidgeot. But rocks are up on my side. It's a guaranteed 3-shot, and I don't really touch it back. Wow, this actually really sucks, because I would have just liked to have gotten damage off, but I couldn't risk the Bisharp coming in. Like, just straight up, could not risk the Bisharp coming in on Nidoqueen, or on Thingamajigger, but that's just how it goes, you know? So, from here, he could try and kill me. It does 2-shot. Sludge Wave is a 2-shot. But he doesn't know how bulky I am. I'm not sure if he would risk like Ice Beam or something. He doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or anything like that either. Sort of depends on how he wants to play this. Like, I kind of value rocks, but at this moment I also don't really value rocks that much, so I'm just going to Sludge Wave. Just go for the damage. Man, I'm in a real, like, because I didn't prep for this stupid Bisharp, I'm in a really, really, really bad spot with Dragapult. Dragapult would actually probably have just won this game outright if the Bisharp wasn't here, just based on what he's brought. Okay, so Seismitoad comes in. 25. Rocks might put this Pidgeot in range of something. It's not really doing anything to the Bisharp, though. Am I okay with getting Scissor burned if I really need to? Yeah, I'm just like way on the back foot in this one. And I think retaining health on Nidoqueen is useful here. So I'm going to go hard Scissor. And I'm just going to U-turn. Sludge Wave to 25. I'm not going to cancel this one because I don't think it's that irrelevant. I think my play is still the same. It's probably physically bulky. So U-turn's not going to do that much. Well, my band goes anyways, so there you go. I guess that means that I am defogging. The rock's out of here. How is he slower than me? I am not running that much speed, sir. Well, he got the burn first turn, which sucks. So no band. I'm very shocked that he's slower than me. He must be running like no speed IVs. He must be like relaxed. Yeah, that's the only way that that works. 13 to 15. He's taking 25, so he'll be at 20. So I actually just need to Bullet Punch. There's the rocks. And I defog here, I guess. Actually, I'm going to Brick Break. If he sees this opportunity as one where he can get the Bisharp in to get a Defiant boost, it might be over. Now might be an opportunity for him to get Bisharp in, though. And my defog plan just is kind of ruined. At least we got a kill out of this. I'm not really sure I see a way for me to win this game. I need Bisharp heavily chipped. Like, I don't see how Dragapult can win this one without Bisharp heavily chipped. I'm gonna Bullet Punch here. I don't have another play. I need to set up like twice, I think, for Pult to have any shot at this one. Or I need this Bisharp dead, which is also fine. 78. Fuck me. I wish I had a little bit more damage on this. Jesus Christ. 56 to 57 to Bisharp. I'm in range of knockoff with Nidoqueen after I take a U-turn, and it'll outspeed me in most cases, probably. My other option is going Dragapult, Dragon Dancing. Twice? No. That's not an option. That's not an option. I brought the wrong Dragapult set this week. That's really what it comes down to here. I should have prepared more for the Bisharp. Hindsight's 20/20, or I should have brought the Infernape set that I was considering. But this Delphox turned out to be much more of a pain in the ass than I thought. I was definitely expecting Florges over Delphox in that role, but Delphox definitely threatens Gardevoir a lot more than Florges ever would. So here's where I'm at, right? I'm sort of at an impasse, because I think this Bisharp just comes in for free on Kecleon a lot of the time. It comes in relatively for free on the Nidoqueen. Like, there's definitely a world where he just U-turns into the Bisharp. Although I do think that he retains Bisharp, so I think it's maybe my best play to get more differential out of this is go Nidoqueen and click Sludge Wave, and then go from there. And we'll see what happens, I guess. I mean, he could U-turn out, he could Hurricane twice. It's up to him. He won't live in Ice Beam if I have Ice Beam, so he's maybe trying to do something with that. Although I'm not sure if he wants to just retain the Pidgeot. I don't think there's a world where I win this without critting both Dragonart's hits, or like him not having Sucker Punch on Bisharp or something. If I had just teched Flamethrower over Steel Wing, like I prepped too hard for the fairies, right? Like Steel Wing is completely worthless in this game on Dragapult, but had I teched like Flamethrower on or something, we'd be in maybe a bit of a different situation. It doesn't really help that much actually. Fire Blast. I mean, I probably would have been mixed in a sense, naive or something, and probably Life Orb over Kasib. So, there's definitely a world where that matters. Ah, fucking kill me. I'm just gonna hope and pray. Hope and pray we don't die. Oh. Well, then, now our Dragapult can win. Why would you make that play? It's an interesting one. Pidgeot. Pidgeotto! Hurricane's a fat Rolo! Wait, I'm not naive. Hurricane's not a fat Rolo! And if I get to +1, Dragon Darts is a kilo! The only problem is the Raikou, but it probably doesn't take +1 Phantom Force, right? Actually, it doesn't take +1 Dragon Darts necessarily. I just Sludge Wave here. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason for it, but I just Sludge Wave here. And Pult might be able to set up on the Raikou. I think I go Kecleon and I click Toxic? He might think I have a rock move. I think I click Toxic. I think I go Kecleon and I click Toxic. Things got a lot easier for me by him just sacking Bisharp, because now I have an actual way into this game. But we'll see where Toxic gets me. Oh, he's just going to Toxic me back. Okay, cool. Kind of sad that I wasn't a little bit healthier there, but that's fine. So, because of that, I'm not actually going to be able to tank another Hurricane. I'm just going to recover. Oh, lovely. I'm going to knock this turn. He stayed in. We hurt ourselves. I'm going to recover again. Okay. Ah. Okay. So here's my thing, is I am clicking knock. Going back into Pidgeot or what? Yeah. Okay. Confusion ends. Raikou damage. I want to see the Raikou damage. Kecleon. Volt Switch. It could be Scarfed. It could be Scarf Shadow Ball. It could very, very easily be Scarf Shadow Ball. I don't think I can get 2 Dragon Dances off against the Pidgeot here, though. So we have to consider things a little bit differently. I am going to die either way. I go for knock. Get more damage. We die. We both take Toxic. I have to go Pult. I kind of have to hope it's not Bulky Raikou. I kind of have to hope that it's like... Yeah. I Dragon Dance in his face. He actually goes hard Raikou. It wasn't Specs damage. It was not Specs damage. It was not Life Orb. I take a Shadow Ball from this. I can Dragon Dance again. And at that point, I'm good. Unless it's Sash Spectre, which would be strange, but I'm doing it. The only way this doesn't work out for me is if he Scalds and burns me. But I think he's going to Shadow Ball, and it doesn't matter because I'm Kasib. And after that, Dragon Darts should be able to just win the game. Wait, it doesn't even... Yeah, Sash is stupid. Sash doesn't matter. Oh, no para. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Holy shit, he had... Oh my god! That was just terrifying. Oh my lord. Alright, if he's bulky Dragon Darts, wins. Yeah. Jeez. Holy shit, I just... I was terrified there. That is just horrendous. Oh no. Alright, if this is Scarfed, I'm definitely not speeding into Dragon Darts just kills this, so we just get to kill everything. So Dragapult coming in clutch. I think most of this was because of the end game where Bisharp died. You absolutely did. Yeah, Jed essentially threw this one by sacking Bisharp to the Nidoqueen. I didn't really understand that play, but he had no knowledge on what my Nidoqueen set was, really. Based on the damage he saw against Seismitoad, he could have inferred that I was relatively offensive, which I was, but I was also pretty bulky, right? So his Bisharp with Sucker Punch did... Where is it? Here? Over here somewhere. 41.5. So he was not Black Glasses. Could he have even been Assault Vest? Would he still have died to Earth Power? It may be that he was like no bulk Assault Vest. That absolutely could have been a play, and he maybe like got a bit of a higher roll with Adamant Sucker Punch. I don't think he could have been Jolly. No, that's not a role for Jolly. So he was adamant Bisharp of some kind, some nature. I don't know what set it was. It could have been Scarfed. The Raikou most definitely also could have been Scarfed. So unsure on what he wanted to do there. But yeah, Bisharp essentially dying ended this game for me because Dragapult ended up being the win con that I needed. I thought coming into it the Scissor would be the win con that I needed, but Dragapult clutched it out. I'm really happy that I made the change with the Rotom set. I'm very happy I made the change with the Rotom set and moved that from fully Spidef into a little bit of defense because that actually helped quite a bit in the Delphox exchange. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't Volt Switch earlier, but I don't think it would have mattered really because the Delphox just sort of brought in other things, and Bisharp was way too much of a problem for me to be able to deal with. So all of that said, we pick up the 1-0 victory. I mean, that was about as close as it gets. Like, that was just an absolute nail-biter. What a fantastic game. GG's to Jed. I'm going to make an effort to leave his channel in the description because he's been uploading this season, and I'm usually pretty bad about that, but I'm going to make a mental note to myself to add his channel in the description for this video. I didn't include it in the team builder. That was my error, but I will include it in the battle. So go check out Jed and his side of the battle, please, please, please. He's a very good friend of mine. We've been friends for many years now, and yeah, really good friend. He's a big part of the league. He's the only other coach besides myself that's played in all 8 seasons. Yeah, I just want to wish him the best after this game because this was a really fun game. So next week we take on Revan and the Green Bay Galades. He's made some drops. I am still looking at some drops. We'll sort of see how they match up against his team on whether or not I want to pull the trigger right away or if I want to wait another week or something like that. I think I'm probably just going to pull the trigger based on what I see, but we'll sort of see how this one plays out because I'm also kind of seeing that some of the mons that I have currently are just like better against this squad. But that is going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys for our week 5